Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to be a review of multi-digit subtraction with regrouping. Our first example problem is 79,145 minus 15,387, and we're going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. So step one before we do any subtraction is we see if regrouping is needed. Now we regroup whenever there is a bottom digit that is bigger than the top digit. So I am going to look through, determine if regrouping is needed, and if it is, I'm going to do all of my regrouping before I do any subtraction. So in the 10,000s place, the top number is bigger, so we don't need to regroup there. In the thousands place, again, the top number is bigger, so we're good there. In the hundreds place, we will need to regroup. You cannot start out with 1 and take away 3. So we regroup by taking a 10 for the place that needs regrouping. So let me rephrase that. So we regroup by taking a 10 from the column to the left. So this 1 is going to become an 11. And we're taking that 10 from the column to the left. So the 9 in the thousands place is going to become an 8. So we take away 1, we add 10. So now in the tens place, you can't have 4 and take away 8. So we have to take a 10 from the hundreds place now. So the 11 in the hundreds place is now going to become a 10. We're taking away 1. And then the 4 in the tens place is going to become a 14. Now moving to the ones place, you can't have 5 and take away 7. So we take a 10 from the tens place. That 14 becomes a 13. And that 5 becomes a 15. So now making sure that all the top numbers are either equal to or bigger than the numbers on the bottom. 8 is bigger than 5. 10 is bigger than 3. 13 is bigger than 8. 15 is bigger than 7. All right, we are ready to subtract. So now subtracting, we're going to start in the ones place. 15 minus 7 equals 8. 13 minus 8 equals 5. 10 minus 3 equals 7. 8 minus 5 equals 3. 7 minus 1 equals 6. And we have our final answer. 79,145 minus 15,387 equals 63,758. All right, moving on to example number 2. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm. Really helps the algorithm if you hit the like button. I am glad that you are here. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Shout out to Mr. C. All right, next problem. Now, before we do any subtraction, we have to see if regrouping is needed. And it is clear that regrouping is needed in every place except the 10,000s place. So we cannot have 1 and take away 9, so we have to take a 10 from the 10,000s place. The 8's going to become a 7. The 1's going to become an 11. You can't start out with 0 and take away 5, so we're now taking a 10 from the thousands place. That 11's going to change to a 10. The 0 changes to a 10. Again, you cannot start with 0 and take away 3, so we have to now take a 10 from the hundreds place. That 10 becomes a 9. The 0 becomes a 10. And you can't start with 1. You can't start with 0 and take away 1. So again, we have to take a 10 now from the tens place. So the 0 becomes a 10, and this 10 becomes a 9. Now we are ready to subtract. So starting in the ones place, 10 minus 1 equals 9. 9 minus 3 equals 6. 9 minus 5 equals 4. 10 minus 9 equals 1. 7 minus 4 equals 3. Somebody in the chat said this is boring. This video is to get you better at math. Getting better at something isn't always fun, even when it comes to things you like. I love basketball. I don't like running sprints. But running sprints, it gets me in shape for basketball, so I still do it even though I don't like it. There are some boring things that are necessary. If something's going to get you better, you can't not do it because it's boring. Then you're not going to get to an elite level, if that makes sense. But I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you being in the chat and sharing your feedback. Anyways, we have our final answer here. 81,000 minus 49,531 equals 31,469. All right, moving on to example number 3. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. All right, example number 3. 73,411 minus 57,399. So, before we do any subtraction, we regroup. Or we at least check if regrouping is needed. So here we're going to need to regroup in the thousands place, we're going to need to regroup in the tens place, and we're going to need to regroup in the ones place. So we regroup from left to right, and then we subtract from right to left. So you can't start with 3 and take away 7, so we're taking a 10 from the 10,000s place. So the 7 is going to become a 6, the 3 is going to become a 13. Hundreds place is fine, but in the tens place you can't start with 1 and take away 9. So the 4 is going to become a 3, the 1 is going to become an 11. Now in the ones place you can't start with 1 and take away 9, so the 1 again is going to become an 11, and then we have to take away 1 from the tens place because that's where we're taking the 10 from. The 11 is going to become a 10. So now I'm making sure all of the digits are either equal to, or we're going to make sure all the digits on top are either equal to or bigger than all the digits on the bottom. So 6 is bigger than 5, 13 is bigger than 7. In the hundreds place, the digits are the same, and that's okay. The digits can be the same. They can be equal. The only time it's a problem is if the bottom digit is bigger than the top. But if the digits are the same, that's okay. That still works. All right, 10 is bigger than 9. 11 is bigger than 9. So we are ready to subtract. 11 minus 9 equals 2. 10 minus 9 equals 1. 3 minus 3 equals 0. 13 minus 7 equals 6. 6 minus 5 equals 1. And we have our final answer, 73,411 minus 57,399 equals 16,012. All right, moving on to example number 4. We'll probably have about 2 more examples. In this live stream. And then we're going to call it a video. Next problem, 27,825 minus 12,199. So we always check if regrouping is needed before we do any subtraction. And in this problem, we need to regroup in the tens place and the ones place. Can't start with 2 and take away 9, so we're going to take a 10 from the hundreds place. 8 is going to become a 7, and that 2 is going to become a 12. We're taking a 10 from the hundreds place and adding it to the tens place. Then we have to take a 10 from the tens place and add it to the ones place. So the 5 will become a 15, then the 12 will become an 11. And now we are ready to subtract. 15 minus 9 equals 6. 11 minus 9 equals 2. 7 minus 1 equals 6. 7 minus 2 equals 5. 2 minus 1 equals 1. And we have our final answer. 27,825 minus 12,199 equals 15,626. All right, moving on to the final example problem of the video. Shout out to the person that hit the like button. I appreciate you. Final problem, 74,332 minus 17,915. So we are going to start out by seeing if regrouping is needed. So it looks like here we need to regroup in the thousands place, we need to regroup in the hundreds place, and we need to regroup in the ones place. You cannot start out with 4 and take away 7, so we're taking a 10 from the 10,000s place. The 7 is going to become a 6, the 4 is going to become a 14. Again, you can't start with 3 and take away 9, so the 3 becomes a 13. Then we have to take away 1. The column to the left here, the 14 is also going to become a 13. 3 minus 1, that's okay. You can't start with 2 and take away 5, so we're taking a 10 from the tens place. The 3 becomes a 2. The 2 becomes a 12. And now we are ready to subtract. So starting in the ones place, 12 minus 5 equals 7. 2 minus 1 equals 1. 13 minus 9 equals 4. 13 minus 7 equals 6. 6 minus 1 equals 5. And we have our final answer. 74,332 minus 17,915 equals 56,417. And that is my live stream for today. God is good, Christ is King, and that is the video. So leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the live stream. If there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments, and I will try to do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off. Have a great day, and God bless.